Hey guys, an anxious man here. Just wanted to make a quick video so I can get it on YouTube and I can also put it on IGTV. So those of you guys who follow me strictly on YouTube can watch it, and those of you guys who watch me strictly on Instagram can watch it as well. If I do an Instagram live, I can go forever, but if I want to upload it, it can't be more than 9 minutes and 59 seconds. So quick. So I want to talk to you guys about three things that I've been working on lately, or tools that I've come across very recently that have shown amazing progress for me, and I want to share them with you. I'm going to put all the resources down in the description so that you too can find them and take them with a grain of salt. Do with them what you will, but I feel like those people with anxiety, especially now, we're in month 3 now of quarantine, can really do some good for you. So the first thing I'll talk about is a book that I'm in the middle of. It's an audio book, and it's called The Power of When. Discover Your Chronotype. And your chronotype is basically like there's 4 different chronotypes. We all fall into one of the 4 categories, and it's mostly revolves around like your sleep. There's dolphin, lion, bear, and wolf. I know that sounds weird, but the guy, Dr. Michael Breus, Bruce, I think it's pronounced, but it's not spelled like Bruce, the name. But the full title is The Power of When, and the best time to eat lunch, ask for a raise, have sex, write a novel, and take your meds. So he is a scientist, and I posted up the link to his videos, one of my IGT videos recently. He was on Impact Theory and talked about how through taking this short quiz, takes 10 minutes online. You can go to thepowerofwhenquiz.com. I'll put the link in there for that too. And you answer like 20 questions, not even, maybe it's 20 questions, and it tells you like what you are, and then you watch a short video. Now, this audiobook that I got through my Libby app, the entire book is on YouTube. So I'm going to put a link to the full, it's 10 hours, but I do not think you have to listen to the whole book, because I've skipped around, because when it's not talking about your specific chronotype, I don't think you really need that information. So The Power of When by Dr. Michael Breus, he literally tells you, once you figure out what you are, he describes almost to a T the kind of day that I have. I'm a bear. 50% of the population is a bear. Wolves are like people who are night owls. Dolphins are more high-strung kind of people. Lions are early risers, A-type personality. He breaks it down better than I will. I'm going to put the link there. Take a look at it. Take the chronotype test, and then I guess you can skip ahead to your section. And believe me, he broke down a daily schedule, like an optimized day for a bear. And I think it's funny that's bear anyway. And I've just been following it. Today's the first day I wrote it all down. He breaks it down from like wake up time to bedtime, and at what points in the day you should be eating, you should be napping if you want to nap, or you should be resting, or you should be meditating, or you should be working high function, when you should drink coffee, when you shouldn't drink coffee, the types of meals. I've always known this, but I'm really trying to practice it, where breakfast is the biggest meal of the day you want, then lunch is medium, and then dinner is the smallest meal. And you don't want to eat after 8 p.m. And I've been doing that for about 2 weeks now, and I definitely know the difference. If I don't eat after 8 p.m. and I go to sleep with an empty stomach, when I wake up, I'm maybe hungrier than I normally would have been in the past, but the sleep is better. So definitely do that. The other tool that I've been talking about Joe Dispenza for a long time. I'm sure many of my videos you guys saw me talk about or heard me talk about Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'm going to put his website in the description again. Now, there's tons of videos on YouTube. He's on Instagram. The guy's everywhere. Now, he, like Wim Hof, does things that I think a lot of people might, if you just tell them, like, he's helped people like have spontaneous remissions from like all sorts of diseases. He's working on all sorts of like healing methods, and like Wim Hof, he's got science to back him up, which is what makes him so interesting to me, and while I've been watching his videos and preaching about him for years. Now, I did something recently because I have time on my hands, and I really want to, as he talks about it in his videos, those who don't know who Dr. Joe Dispenza is, he basically is like teaching people, showing them the way how to have your personality create your personal reality. Meaning, instead of being, especially people who are anxious, I know a lot of people have this, but especially people who are anxious, outside stimulation kind of controls us. So we live in a state of like, based on the input and the stimuli we're getting, is how we're perceiving reality and how it's affecting us. the mind, the mind body. So we think it's us. Like I'm thinking this, I'm ruminating on the past, but really it's the body that is so used to those collection of chemicals in the states that we're used to being in, which is why we keep repeating cycles. So what I did was he offers courses. And if you go to his website, again, the link in the description, he offers tons of stuff: audio CDs, books of his. You can get a lot of his books for online if you want to, but he offers programs. Now, the biggest thing he does is like a week-long seminar. You go see him. It's like $1,900. I know that's not cheap, but I'm thinking about doing it in the future. But before you even do that, you have to take his 9-week course. Now he offers a short course which is called the intensive workshop, and then he has another course which is the both of them combined, the intensive workshop and the progressive workshop combined. And what is it? It's a 9-week thing. You basically it's $300. So just so you know, it's $299. Like an adult, I spent the money, and you basically get these videos sent to you and all this information. So like I printed it out. I mean, you obviously can do it online. It's like 40 pages, like workbooks. So I've been following the guy for months, years, and I was like, you know what? I keep watching his videos, seeing him on everyone's podcast, basically saying the same thing, and obviously over time I've heard him talk about the new progress they've made. But the guy's legit. I mean, he brings neuroscientists, geneticists, people to his events or amongst the people he's helping, and they see telomeres, which is the end of your DNA, extending, which they thought up until very recently couldn't happen. He's done experiments where he's proved that the power of the mind, as far as like you changing the way you perceive or the way you react or the way you it's more about like changing your thoughts, which changes your body, and it's a practice and it's a skill that you could obtain, will change your future, the future that you manifest. And again, it sounds woo woo. He does use words like miracle, but he acknowledges that if he was just talking about miracles and talking about like believe really hard and it'll change, and even if people were changing, he understands that you divide the audience. Now people are like, oh, is this guy a magician? Is this guy like a hypnotist? And so he gets the science to back it up, because science excludes nobody. It's evidence based. So I bought the program. Go to his website. There's a $99 program if you want to just try it. You can just get his books. You can buy the book. You can, I'm sure, on Audible or something like that, you can find his books. You Are the Placebo is like one that I have. I got through half of it. I read it, but I know that audiobooks are better for me. But yeah, check out Dr. Joe Dispenza if you have not yet. Again, his website's down below. Look him up here on YouTube. I'll put the Power of When, the entire audiobook, for free on YouTube below in the description. You can check it out for yourself. Go to the website. I believe it's the Power of When Chronotype test or Chronotype quiz, and I'll put that link down there as well. That's free, 5 minutes, and you could tell if you're someone who's having problems sleeping, whether it's now in quarantine or always, insomnia or too much sleep, it's definitely worth your time, because the guy has it down to a science, and the progress that he's made is far and away better than anything I've ever heard about before. It's not just about meditating, and he's like, no, you're this type, you are a sunriser, or some people are not. Some people don't rise with the sun, and obviously there's things that like everyone's heard before, like, hey, turn off your screens at least an hour before you go to bed. Don't drink coffee after a certain time. But I don't know. Like you said, 50% of the population are bears, like what I am, and the other. That's why bears are wake up at 7. Most progressive between 3 and 6, and go to bed by 11. Our model of society is based on bears, because most people are. The 9 to 5 workday, the weekends, all that kind of stuff. Rising with the sun basically, and going to sleep when the sun goes down, is like the bear mentality. But do your own research. Again, all the information is going to be down in the description. And the last thing, really quickly before I go, is I found a YouTube video, and it's a guy, it's a TED Talk, and he says there's 2 questions you can think to yourself when you're in an anxious state or when you're just chaotic in your mind. And it is simply this: are my thoughts useful, and how are my thoughts behaving? And again, I'll put that link down below as well. Just these are the 3 tools that I've been really seeing a lot of progress with lately. I wanted to share it with you guys. But I'm going to get out of here. I got like 5 seconds left to go. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys here on YouTube or on Instagram. Peace.